Shalom, 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 all you wonderful and beautiful people. How grateful I am for you to be with me right now. I'm everlastingly grateful for your aha, for your energy, for your everlasting understanding. Your vibration is most definitely appreciated and most definitely wanted. I'm so grateful today that I have someone next to me who will and has always been next to me. A very poignant counterpart in my essence. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce my Isha. I'd like to thank her for her energy for joining me today, and I would like her to share her words with you.
Shalom, my family. It's beautiful to be with you here today. Truly, we are sitting at the Alm of Shemen, of Adama, her beautiful cleansing blood. It is truly a great and I hope that you are feeling every bit of this, that you are truly going through your day in just a positive and righteous, upstanding manner, that everybody is able to really see the glow that comes from you, that is not just what we say it is, but it is how we hear it, remember, and do it, projecting it forward.
Thank you for those beautiful words. She basically said everything I wanted to say, but a little bit in a little nicer and softer voice, I guess. With that being said, as you guys can see from the title of the video, what we'll be delving into is a little something that me and Amina is actually dealing with right now, which is called aromatherapy. As you guys can hear, we're at a waterfall or a water stream. We're also in like a little forest area. And she can admit, and I can admit, that the smell here is actually very pungently beautiful. The smell here is very refreshing, along with the water, the vibrant flow of the water. As you guys can hear in the background, is very cleansing. And the aroma, the magnetic ions that the water is pushing off and that the forest pushing off is very cleansing to our noses. And so that's what I want to speak to you guys about today. Aromatherapy. What it's about, what it does, how it can help you, and how it's helped our people in the past, and how it can help our people in the future. So that being said, let me ask you, what do you guys think aromatherapy is? Some people might just think, it's just smelling a few spices in the kitchen. Some people might think, it's doing this, that, and the third. But really, aromatherapy is nothing more, or it's better than just a word. Aromatherapy, is the healing power of life. To those who are in the know, we know about the power of Ha. Breath. We know about the power of the breath. We know about Neshama. We know about the Rakah. We know about the healing powers of breathing, and how your breathing power can help you achieve something better than what you've been in the past. We know that your nasal cavities, your sphenoid sinus, and all those interconnected highways and byways which are interlaid and intertwined within your face, we know that they help establish a connection to not only yourself, not only your people, but to really the Most High as well. And when that connection through your breath is the best within itself, that's when you can shine and be the best for the Most High's kingdom. And I don't know about you, I know about me and Amina, that's our goal. That's our goal for life. That's our goal for everlasting. And that's what we want to talk to you guys about. When we talk about aromatherapy is really something that's been lost. It's a lost science. Because a lot of us in life, we don't take the time to just sit back and relax and realize that everything is all right. We don't care about all the cars that's passing on the street. We don't care about all the planes that's flying over our heads. We don't care about all the, earthquakes. We don't care about nothing else that the man says that we should be fearing, because we know that our victory is already at hand. We know that our salvation is already there. We know that our understanding in which we need is already right there. So when we breathe, we breathe at ease. There's nothing more that you need. Because I serve a creator. I don't know about you. I don't know if y'all think I talk about the creator too much, but get used to it. I serve a creator who's so powerful and so beautiful that when I breathe, he makes sure that he knows that I'm at rest. I know for certain that I serve the best. Oh man, because he makes sure that his sons and his daughters, we are constantly at rest. So let go and kick back and know that you have no stress. Feel that. So, with the understanding that I just kicked to you in these last, 2 minutes, I'm asking you again, what is aromatherapy? I say aromatherapy is the all. I say aromatherapy is actually a call. I say aromatherapy is something that we need to get back to. And before I dive any deeper, I'm gonna now say a few words to you guys.
How many of us have remembered? Wait, let me run that back. It's often very easy to recognize that we forget how to breathe sometimes. And when we don't breathe from the depths of our spirit, not even the depths of our spirit, the depths of our diaphragm in the physical sense, we are constantly in a mode of fight or flight. Now, I know that before I started working in particular environments or even allowing myself to be at rest again, to truly meditate on the word and to be in nature again, to take time for myself and to really get back into alignment outside of what the world has told me that I need to be like, that I was constantly in a mode of not only stress, but I was just constantly on this, I need to go mode. And when you're in that position, your body does not truly know how to heal. When you're constantly fearing what's happening next, and when you're constantly moving and kind of looking over your shoulder, or you're thinking and constantly not living in that present moment, but figuring out, you could be staring at the most beautiful image or picture in front of you, but if you're thinking about what's happening tomorrow, then you're not really appreciating what is there and content in that moment of life. And I know that specifically in my line of work, I'm constantly talking about the importance of breath and just how much not only is the particular form of quote-unquote aromatherapy that I'm using is important for our systems, but it's also a chance for us to learn and to remember how to breathe. Breathing deeply from the bottom of your belly, your diaphragm, letting your lungs fill up. And when you are at that moment of full capacity, that is almost a release and allowing you to remove that yoke off of your neck to say, here it is, Shaman. You've allowed me to take this full breath, and this is my moment of life. So I'm giving it back to you just as freely as you gave it to me. And not only am I playing my role to give that CO2 back to these plants so that they can, cycle it back around and give me that oxygen, but in doing so, that is how we show our truest and greatest form of appreciation. Not being in that flight mode, but truly being at rest and allowing our bodies to use the oxygen that we're taking in, to use the air, to use the ha that he's giving us to heal. That's the first letter. Let's start at the beginning. Let's roll.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, so when we hop on Google, when we hop on any search engine, one of the first things that they tell you about aromatherapy is they tell you about essential oils. Essential oils are extremely, extremely, needed, extremely, wanted and touted for their specific use.
I know I like them.
But, aromatherapy is much more deeper than an essential oil. Aromatherapy is your understanding that you have with your brethren. Because, when we talk about the five senses, touch, sight, smell. Help me out a little bit.
See or sight.
Sight,
Hearing. Touch, taste,
touch.
Hearing, sound, smell. That's literally what it's meaning.
Y'all know the rest. But the point I'm trying to make here is
That's literally the point.
our senses that we have in our physical sense, they're deeper.
Touch, taste, smell, see.
They're actually deeper than just a physical manifestation of how we can recognize them in this physical plane of existence. So when we talk about smell, smell is a scent, and all of our senses are actually vibrations. And the vibration of scent is something that attracts and also detracts away from our understanding of true life. Because let me break this down as an example. If you're around something that doesn't smell right, that has a little bit of make your nose turn upside down, make your body whirl, and make your head twirl.
So really.
If you're around something like that, you're not gonna want to be around it for a long time.
That gas.
That gas, exactly. Like somebody who got that
Halitosis.
them halitosis breath and them halitosis farts. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're around someone like that, you're not gonna want to be around them, and they could be the best person, literally the best person to give you the most wonderful knowledge and all that. But because of their scent and their smell that they give off, something inside of them is still rotten. All of the knowledge that they might have, the education that they might have.
Something is sick.
Something is sick, exactly. Juxtaposed to someone else who has a proper smell or an inviting smell. They don't have to smell like, Hugo Boss. They don't smell like no Ralph Lauren $500 perfume or nothing like that. They can smell like, a forest, basically. A nice, relaxing, peaceful smell. And because they smell like that, I know a lot of women, they're attracted to men for two reasons. The way that they talk and the way that they smell. That's a little game for any young brother out there that listen to me. But not to put y'all on the wrong path or nothing, but that's just a little game. Women are attracted to two things, mainly in a man: the way he talks and the way that he smells. Because the way that both of those things project off of a man is what's most of the time representative of what's inside of him. That means if he's smelling good, that means there's something inside of him that smells good. If he's talking good, that means there's something inside of him that's protruding and that's generating wisdom in which will attract a woman to want to be with him. The same thing. That's the same understanding that we get when we juxtapose both ideas to aromatherapy and scent and the healing power of smelling and scent. The Most High, He compares our thoughts, to sacrifice. He compares and he juxtaposes our thoughts in scriptures, and I'm saying I'll just give y'all the little drop. It's called debaucher. Now, in this modern world, we know debauchery as something that, has gone corrupt, has gone in dismay. And because of, debauchery, we end up in like meat factories. We end up where animals are being killed. We end up in places that, are constantly shedding blood. And in this modern day and age, that's what, sacrifice is, the shedding of blood. But in all understanding, the peacekeeper in which created the entire world, his understanding of sacrifice had no bloodshed, but it had the sacrifice of you opening up your body, of you becoming like Isaac in the scriptures, and opening up your body, in which will make you a sacrifice for his will and not a will of your own. And because you made that sacrifice, he will make the aroma which comes out of your thoughts to be a sweet aroma. Like, I don't know if any of y'all been around cedar or any the juniper or any pine tree or any geranium or anything like that. He'll make your thoughts, he'll make your body smell like that, because you're making your body an indwelling of his spirit, of his understanding, of his beauty, of his vibration. And because of that, the smell that protrudes off of you will attract men towards you, will attract women towards you, because you're not attracting them just towards you. You're attracting them towards something that's greater than you, something that is of his kingdom and not something that's just for you. And so really, when you start understanding what aromatherapy really is, yes, it's taking deep breaths. Yes, it's smelling things in which will heal your body. Yes, we can talk about, the cedar, as I just mentioned, the pine, as I just mentioned, the geranium, the juniper, many essential oils. These essential oils, they're anti-inflammatory. They're, antiseptic. They're diuretic. They are blood cleansers. They are healers. And most of these, these powers that they can give you, you can take these powers just by, smelling them. You don't even have to put them on your body, which is also good. You don't have to put them on your hair, which is also good. You can just smell them deeply, get to know them through your nose, get to know them through their heart, their understanding. And when you get to do that, that's when you get to fully understand the healing power in which created them. Because brothers and sisters, you are those same trees that I just listed. in the scriptures, you are called cedars of Lebanon. I'm not talking to any other nation. I'm talking to my people. I made that clear from the first video. I'm talking to my people. I'm not talking to just my skin color people, although my people are that as well, but I'm talking to something deeper than that. I'm talking to the understanding of the mindset. Those who are willing to sacrifice their wants of this crooked world, those who are willing to come back deeper to the Father and understand the earthly mother and understand the word. I'm talking to those people, and those people are cedars of Lebanon, are trees that grow so high that they reach the firmament, that they reach the Father's steps. And because they're willing to do that, you will draw men closer to you, in which you will become attractive through your scent. Because you not only will look different, you will smell different, you will vibrate different. Because your look, your touch, your smell, your seeing, these are all vibrations, these are all waves, these are all forms of light. And I ain't trying to get too deep right now, but I just might. You know, when we talk about atoms, when we talk about electrons, when we talk about magnetism, these are all vibrations of sound. These are all vibrations of matter, in which, you know, the certain vibratory frequency in which they focus on gives them, i.e. 1, their shape, i.e. 2, their scent, or i.e. 3, the way that they are perceived through your eyes. And because of that, you know, we are attracted towards them. And so I'm gonna break this down to you like this. Let's say you were wicked. All right,
I don't want that.
Yeah, that was too
That was
heavy of a word. That too heavy of a word. Let's say you are in a vibration which you don't like, and because you're in that vibration which you don't like, guess what you're going to be attracting? People
Others.
who are like you in that same exact vibration. Because many a times, you know, you might hear a man say, you might hear a woman say, "Oh, there's no good men around. Oh, there's no good women around." Well, they're saying that because that's the vibration in which they're attracting. That's the smell in which they're protruding. That's the sight in which they're seeing. That's the touching in which they want to be touched within themselves.
The taste.
Exactly. That's the taste in which they want. They don't want, you know, the pure water streams. They don't want the pure wind. They don't want to breathe the aroma in which will bring healing towards them. Not only towards them, but towards their people.
They want that Coca-Cola runoff water.
Exactly. They want that good old artificial. They want that good old, I don't know, GMO. But over here, we don't give you GMO. We just give you Mo. Exactly. We just give you Mo. And because of the vibration in which they're pushing out, they're attracting these things in which aren't moving them anywhere. Juxtaposed to, you know, if you ever met a woman, if you've ever seen a man, with the one person that they have, they're literally always happy. They're literally always in a great mood. They're literally always content. And the reason that they're like that is because the vibration in which they're vibrating on, the vibration in which they're smelling, the vibration in which they're putting out, is a vibration that brings peace. It's a vibration that brings shalom. That's because they have the Most High within them. And so the aroma which protrudes throughout them and within them is a vibration of peace, which brings levity to a relationship, which brings stillness, which brings understanding to a relationship.
Definitely more peace. Peace breeds and broods more peace. That's the biggest thing that I've had to learn over the years, is that it goes back to that fight or flight mode, but I'm not going to focus on that. When you are not living in your rest and your true peace, your true Shabbat, nothing really gets done. You're just spinning in circles, essentially. The Most High said, "Be still and know that I am God." Now that's in the KJV, and I'm not going to run that back too often, but be still and know that I am Shemen. Be still. That don't mean pick up some more paperwork. That don't mean pick up the extra shift at work. That doesn't mean pick up a brownie and kill some time, you know. It may be tempting.
It might taste good too.
It might be tempting, I'm not gonna lie. But be still. Take time to meditate on that word, and you will get your inner waters back in the right track. You'll release those old, dirty, muddy waters, might even have to take a couple baths. You know, we get that muddy ring out the bathtub. But be still. Know that I am the Most High. I am the most powerful. I am the host of hosts, the King of kings, the Lord of lords, whatever name you want to call him. But making sure that your intention is set on the true him, not the one that the world wants to tell you. Respect the Most High. With doing that, you will find your true center, your true peace, and everything will start to become a lot more clear, a lot more understood. And in that relationship, it will reflect. And not only your romance relationship, whatever you want to call it, it's not necessarily romance because we don't go by the Roman ways, but not in just those types of relationships, but platonically, work-related, familial. It shows. It's proven time and time again. Shalem.
Yes. Aromatherapy, is something which was part of the ancient path of healing. Because in all understanding, before we went to a plant for healing, we went to one another. And before we went to one another, we went to the Most High. Mm-hmm. And so that understanding, we've lost the vibration in which shows that we can have trust within one another, because we can't even stand smelling one another. The only reason you can stand smelling one another right now is because everyone around you puts on deodorant. Everyone around you puts on GMO perfume. And that vibration is vibration, of quote-unquote corruption. Because in all honesty, we use quote-unquote deodorant sometimes. I'm not going to fake like we don't do it sometimes. But in all honesty, the vibration, well, it's all natural though. A little bit of baking soda and a little bit of lime goes a long way. It takes care of you in a long time. But anyway, in all honesty, you should want to be around one another. My people should want to be around one another. Because in all honesty, we as a people, we bring healing towards one another. Because we vibrate literally on the same vibratory frequency like no one other. And us being around one another brings healing towards our cumulative tribe. I'm gonna break it down to you like an oak tree. When oak trees grow by themselves, yes, they grow. Yes, they get very tall. Yes, they bear oaks in their proper time. But when oak trees grow next to their brethren, next to more oak trees, not only do they grow faster, they grow thicker, they grow wider, they grow taller, they grow more pungent in their smell in which they produce. So my people, you are that oak tree. When you are around one another with the right mindset, just like the oak tree. Because the oak tree, when they're growing, they literally share the nutrients that the soil produces for them, for one another.
Community. Exactly.
They don't just hold it for themselves. And because they're sharing the nutrients between one another, it's more love to be shared between them. And the more love that's shared between them, it's the more they grow within one another. And how they grow within one another is how they grow for a lifetime. And so, if we grow around one another with the same mindset in which we want to take care of each other, we will never fall. We will never be cut. We will always be giving off a good aroma. Because right now, if you look around, if you watch my last video, the last video we dropped on this channel, I talked about, are you from the hood or are you of the hood? Because right now, we're not giving off a vibration in which we're taking care of one another. And as I said, it's not a geographical location that makes you from the hood or of the hood. It's a location of your mindset. Are you protruding good thoughts towards not only the Most High's people, but yourself as well? Are you protruding good thoughts in which will bring rapa'al, or healing, towards your brethren? Are you giving off good scent? Are you giving off a good, offering towards the Most High? And that offering which you're giving off to Him is not, a sheep or a goat, but in the true crux of understanding of it, the true offering which you're giving off to him is yourself. You're opening up your own mind to offering up a sweet fragrance towards your people. You open up your own mind for you to be, a beautiful plant in which will bloom and bear good fruit for not only your children, but your brethren's children, but your sister's children, for your niece's children when they come, for your children's children's children. This is the fifth. I said 5 generations, right? Yeah.
Children's children.
Yeah, for their generation when they come, because just like the oak tree and just like the cedar tree, they don't just live 10 years. They don't just live 20 years. They don't just live 50 years. When they're planted deep in the altar of sacrifice, when they're planted deep in the beautiful aroma which brings healing, when they're planted deep.
Ooh, you like that one?
Yeah, I kind of like it.
He was trying to flex a little bit.
When they're planted, that's when they grow the highest. And so, just like how we're planted right now, the fruit in which we bear, it's not just going to bear fruits for our stomachs, but it's going to bear fruits for the next generation's stomachs as well. See, that's the job of what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to make sure that the next generation, that when they come, they'll have to get some of the scars that we got.
Exactly.
They won't be able to get some of the scrapes on their feet because of what, like how we got. Because each generation is supposed to push something forward for the next generation, for them to go through life a little bit easier than what we went through it as. And so through each generation, the Most High gives a little bit more wisdom, a little bit more understanding, a little bit more compassion towards that generation for them to make the next generation better. And so that's what our parents try to do for us, although our parents, they try to do it in a certain way in which they might not understand the way that we're doing it right now. But guess what? The Most High understands it, and because He understands it, that's why we're here. And so we open up our bodies, we open up our vessels as a living, altar of sacrifice for His will to be made manifest within us. For the will of Adama, the earthly mother, for her to bear fruits through her rakah, through us. And for the word to be made manifest so that we will bear fruits for the brethren as well. And so, we don't want to be a burden towards the next generation. Because if in some parts of our people, there is no knowledge, there is no understanding. And as I said, it's not a geographical location where that happens. You could have the most luscious house, you could have the most biggest house, but you could raise children who have no understanding to know that they need to take care of their children, that they need to take care of themselves, and that they need to take care of their people. And so the hood mindset is not a geographical location. The hood mindset is a mindset in which is fermented within your mind.
Yeah. So since he got us in a little singing mood, I'm not going to sing the song myself, but in the words of Outkast, I know you like to think you're, don't stink, but lean up a little bit closer. See that roses really smell like boo-boo. Now those words, I think on them, I ponder real deeply, so I'm not going to get all philosophical on this one. But anyway.
Please do.
So those words are, Caroline she didn't know that she had a stench. But because of the standard that the community around her was trying to hold, they made her aware of it. They had to hold her accountable to the stench, and by her now having understanding that she smells, maybe she'll want to make that change. Now that goes forth with everybody in the community. Once you have awareness that you smell, wouldn't you want to change yourself so that you can either make it work so that you can function properly with everybody around you? Or would you continue to project that stench, that same stink, that same funk that's of your personality or your character, the lack of integrity, or whichever way you want to take it? If you continue in that manner, that is what your seed is going to have to suffer as well, because you are brooding those waters to be tainted, and they may be, whether you're a man or a woman. I'm not just going to harp on Caroline because she's not the only one out here who stinks. But if you're keeping your water set at that lack of cleanliness, then that's what's going to kind of put your kids on a end, or your seed in a situation where they may not know how to make the correct decisions in the circumstances that come before them, because they are accustomed to a certain vibration that was already set in them before they were even brought into taking their first breath on this earth. So there's a couple things I wanted to rock on, but I think this one is really the one that I'm gonna roll with a little bit harder. So I just think that it's really positive for us to hold each other accountable, but not just off of our own personal standards. It's truly off of setting yourself in alignment with the Most High's will for His people. We could have had it so easy. We really could have. We were given a life that, honestly, we didn't have to work too hard. This yoke is not heavy. It's really just about holding true to the commandments. The law itself is a law of civility. If you really think about it, it's like, do not covet your man, like your brother's house, his lifestyle. Just be appreciative, be content with what you have. But I mean, aspire for more. Don't just limit your abilities. Don't just cut yourself off at the kneecaps and say, I'm good, I'm just gonna hide myself under the rock. Don't hide your talents. Don't think that it's not going to make abundance for you. But I'm not going to be an abundance preacher. I'm not a prosperity preacher. I'm not trying to say all that. The point is that honestly, when we're all in alignment, I keep saying that word, but that rings so true. When we're all set with the same tone, that the word is law, that cleans and purifies our waters so that we can smell right. Am I saying this right, babe?
Yeah, you got it.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah, you got it.
You want to rock it? You want to run off with it?
Nah, you got it. Do your thing.
I mean, just being out here in this pining, it's giving me a little clarity. I really wish you were here with me. And one day, if it's true,
you guys are here in spirit?
Yes, you are here in Rakah, but you are going to be with us one day. We are right now just a mountain in the field, but the invitation is open. Understand that. We're going to be breathing deeply, and we're going to be waiting for you here. But I don't know if I really wrapped it up as proper as I wanted to, but I really want you to understand that there's so many things that we are willing to work on, and if you need that assistance, we are here, because he tells us to gather and associate. There's just so many things. Read Ecclesiasticus 30. I think that one's gonna also run that one back around too. There's just so many things. I'm sorry. Listen.
All right.
First time. I'm trying.
Nah, you did pretty good. You did pretty good. So as you guys can hear and see, the aroma around us is very clean. And so that goes to show, when you have the will of the Most High for not only yourself, but for the people that you're around, the vibration that you guys will come together with is a vibration in which will bring peace and shalom towards you guys always. Not just peace and shalom to just you, but peace and shalom towards the entire tribe. Peace and shalom towards the birds, peace and shalom towards the water, peace and shalom towards, every single living thing, every single living substance that has breath. And so, when we truly understand that the breath is where we get our healing from first, because, when you're around a vibration, or when you're around an environment in which is sick, that for a fact that you can smell it. It's the same thing when you're around an environment that is healthy. For the most part, these examples that I just gave you will always reign true. And so, for the most part, your senses won't lie to you. But when your senses, when you're not fully sure, that's when you tap into the helpline, which is the Most High, and He send down His Spirit, the Rakah, towards you, and your Rakah will show you that although this thing might look a certain way, it's actually for you. All this thing, it might not be the way I wanted it, it's still for you. But that's the true smell, the true Rakah, the true understanding, the true reason, the true will of aromatherapy. And so when we look at, essential oils again, whatever essential oil you think in the physical sense will help you, get it. But just know that this essential oil that you have, this plant that you have, is a representation of the power that you have. It's a representation of the understanding in which you can do. I'm bringing up these cedars again. Cedars of Lebanon. Cedars were meant to purify the tribe of Cyril. Purify the tribe, because although we had come out of Egypt, we were still of Egypt. It's like the same thing. Are you of the hood or from the hood? You can come out of somewhere, but if your mindset is still up there, you're still gonna be stinking up the place. And so, our people had to become like cedars. We had to become and to raise our vibration and our understanding to know that we are supposed to be, here planting and, fermenting seeds of righteousness for the next generation, for the fifth generation. For many generations, even generations we won't even be allowed to see. We're supposed to be here to help them get better. And so the scent that we want to be protruding and the aroma in which we want to, ferment is an aroma that really gives praise and understanding to the Most High's kingdom. Because his kingdom is the only kingdom that's the everlasting one. And when we're in proper alignment, as my Ishar likes to say, we're in proper alignment with that, we'll be here forever. Not just in the physical, because we made sure that this physical body, this physical vessel that our spirit dwells in was in alignment with his everlasting spirit. And because of that, the aroma in which we gave off during this life was an aroma in which pleased the Most High. And so, that being said, I hope and I ask for all things in your life that are meant to happen for you, in the goodness of your life, for them to happen for you. I thank you for coming back over here. I thank you for coming here with us to sit back at the water, sit back at the arm, sit back and hear the wind blow, sit back and hear the breeze, sit back and hear the birds chirp, I thank you and I thank you. You want to say something?
If you end up reading Ecclesiasticus 30, the main thing that I really want you to take from that is not solely that these herbs or these mollifying plasters are what we're recommending it's a cure-all, fix-all. First and foremost, at the helm of it all, it truly is the Most High. Meditate on that. Understand that. Incorporate that in every thought of your life, that it is the Most High first and everything will come into the way that it should be after. Your healing comes from his acknowledgement and by his grace. Truly understanding that is how we as a nation will be able to get back to the level that we were supposed to be and never supposed to fall away from in the first place. Truly, I want you and your family, your friends, anybody that you are able to come in contact with, I want them to be restored. But that only comes first if it is in the will. There was something else I had on my mind.
It might not be the right time.
You feel?
Yeah,
I feel
it.
I feel that.
I mean,
We might let it. We'll let it marinate a little bit. It's cool.
Yeah, this is only the first one of a lot of them to come. So this is her first time. So clap it up for her, guys. She did pretty good. She did pretty good.
Wipe sweat off her brow.
she did pretty good. But as I said, I want to thank you guys again. Toda towards all my brethren, all my sistren that came out here.
It's been great spending time with you all.
Most definitely. Your energy is most definitely appreciated. Your vibration, your understanding is most definitely felt. And wherever you are, I hope you're breathing and living in Shalem.
Oh, that's what it was. The energy.
The energy? You want to talk about energy? You
want
to go in? All right, go ahead.
A little quick.
All right.
The energy that is transferred in each of these, even though we may pull a little leaf off of a plant or so, it is the energy that has been transpiring before that plant even fully grew. Earth and sky is a witness to the Most High. So, by doing so, as a witness, they are absorbing everything that's happening around them. The rushing waters, they're absorbing that. The nutrients in the soil, of course, they're absorbing that. The energy that we're projecting even, they're absorbing that. So if you're getting like some pure country grown lavender, that might be a great tool for you to, get some rest on those insomnia driven nights. But at the end of the day, you have to get your mind right too. It is a tool. All of these plants, all of these are a tool, but they are a tool for us to get back to where we need to be. I think that's again how I'm supposed to be wrapping it up. Sometimes I might jot these down on paper. But I'll keep a little tick note. But it's truly what it is. Everything is energy. You want to run on that a little bit? I know you wrapped it up. But you want to run on that?
Everything is energy, and I'm glad for you to be here. Everything is energy. Everything is shalom, and if you be with shalom, you always be with the right energy. So thank you for being friends of me, and thank you for being friends of we. Your vibration is always appreciated, and thank you for all that you do. Be at peace, brethren, and know that everything is working in favor for you.
Much love.
Shalom.